Greetings, good listeners. Shaunga here, multiverse historian, death surgeon, open heart surgery storyteller, and showrunner of the Ancestors Writers Room. In this video, I want to tell you about the series that I'm hosting called Revolutionary Heart between October 13th to November 19th, 2024. This is for Grievers, Dreamers, Storytellers, and Time Keepers. So this is a new part of the Collective Artist fundraiser that I've been hosting since the beginning of August. Instead of going for 3 months from August to October like I originally planned, I've now extended the campaign until the end of December. And so in the middle there, I've added a new series of 6 classes in October and November. So what are the 6 classes about? You can look at the website. I'll put a link in the show notes for you to look at. I have a detailed breakdown there. But briefly here, I want to, give you a brief breakdown here. In class 1, I'll be taking you through my practice in decolonizing astrology. We'll be studying the quantum architecture of your first breath, i.e. that's how I read the birth chart in my decolonizing astrology practice. And in this first class, I'll even be doing some hot seat readings for folks who want to come forward and have their birth chart read by me in front of the group. Okay, class 2 is called Unlocking Ancestral Dreaming. I'm going to take you through my process of not just dream interpretation, but regarding the dream world as another place where our life is happening. And inviting that extra into our lives, into more meaning for our lives. In other words, we'll be studying and decoding our dreams as sites of personal and planetary healing. And again, here we'll end with some hot seat readings where folks can come forward and bring their dreams, and together we can unlock the extra layers of meaning. Class 3 is called Breakups That Define You. And here we'll be looking at intimacy and relationship conflict from a lens of ancestor healing, i.e., what are the ancestral dynamics that converge and break open in intimacy? And I'm really grounding this in the call to cross-cultural ancestral solidarity in our freedom movements, which, is most powerfully conjured in intimacy. Class 4, there we are. Your inner multiverse historian will get to nerd out here. This one is called From the Diaries of the Time Keeper, and we're going to explore many different layers of ancestral and quantum time here, including, looking at that in relationship to how do we dismantle the power that capitalism time has over us, right? And most importantly, protect our linear time, right? The linear time of our earth and her whole body and everyone in it, and the earth's birthright to experience and complete her full orbit. Okay, class 5, I'm going to take you through my experience in uncovering the ancestral roots of burlesque and queer performance art as an artistic, energetic healing practice, or rather more accurately, energetic surgery. Okay, so that's what I do. And when we are able to do this work collectively and safely, under the guidance of someone who knows what they're doing, this kind of work has power in our freedom movements that we have not yet tapped into on a large scale. And, it has the power to not just make the end of genocide in our lifetime inevitable, but also de-escalate military violence right now. So in that class, it's a very special class to me. I've really wanted to get this work out there, and so I'm going to share more about my practice with it, and why I feel this work is so urgent and necessary yesterday, but we'll settle for immediately. Okay, so, and then we get to class 6, which is the last in the series, and it is called Animal Communication for the Revolution. Now, this one is truly my heart, and we will be speaking here about the heart and soul lessons our animal companions offer us in life, loss, and afterlife. Okay, so I'm so excited about the hot seat readings in this class, as I will be offering animal communication readings for folks who are living through that kind of loss. This thing that I'm offering has been a long time coming, but okay. For those willing, people will step forward and I will speak to your beloved animal in spirit, for purpose of, connecting and healing the grief, right? And mostly for the purpose of uncovering the deeper layers of your planetary purpose and your specific expression of love and advocacy, which in my practice, in my experience, our animal companions are some of the biggest accomplices and allies and friends to us in that journey. So we're going to let the animals speak in this last class, and that's going to be so powerful because whenever they speak, it's life-changing, not just for those who are receiving those readings and not just for me giving, but for everyone who will witness. And I believe that, for this whole series. So those are the 6 classes. There will be a couple more fun events, get-togethers that I want to gather together in December. So there's Ancestor Karaoke we'll do one night, and then we'll do a movie night another night, and where I can talk to you more about my practice in working with fictional characters as ancestors. We'll talk to some fictional characters as ancestors. That's a more, fun integration thing, because it'll be December and we need that, we definitely need that at the end of this year, right? That one will be available just for VIP Backstage Pass members, which I will, tell you about at the end of this video. So just keep tuning in for that. But yeah, so those are the main 6 classes that I'm offering in this campaign. And each of those classes will be centered around my offerings and my studying of magical reality TV for the revolution, which is what this whole campaign centers around. So we'll be doing some amazing script and story studies that kind of give us a way into these deeper conversations and into the self-study, global study, and multiverse study that we're doing here. So go to the website, get all the details. But in this video, I wanted to, give a little introduction to kind of the underlying energetic themes running through this series. And on that end, I want to say this. Wicked Witch of the West, okay? Who is, the West is grief, okay. Everything we're studying is like a lot of fun, right? And I also want to make it clear that this series is for our most dedicated grievers, okay? And that is why there's so much fun. And that is why there's so much joy. That is why I'm saying this is for dreamers, it's for artists, for storytellers, and really it's for humans who can't do anything with their time on the planet except for find a way every day to honor life. Because that's what you have to do when you're a griever. And that's really what grief is and where it will take you if you let it. So I said in an earlier podcast episode, the one called, Have You Ever Been Loved the Way You Really Want to Be Loved? I'll link below to that episode if you want to listen to the full thing. But at one point in this episode, I ask, do you know what house Pluto lives in your birth chart? Right? So the houses in astrology are our 12 different areas of life, right? And so the planet of death lives in one of those houses for you, for everyone. And that means there is an area of life where you are called to continually die repeatedly in this area of life. More than any other, you will die and die and die here. Pluto lives in my 11th house of friendship, social circles, community. Okay, so this is an area of life that has died over and over again for me. And often it's an area of life where we feel powerless and we feel like it's happening to us, right? And sometimes there's elements of truth to that. And also a deeper truth is like this is the area of life that we are called to transform ourselves and thus the entire environment. Okay, and we can't stop transforming our relationship to this area of life no matter how much we try and resist or avoid or run away. We can't stop transforming ourselves here until we get to the heart of something. We're trying to get to something. We're trying to get to a core of something. That's what Pluto does. Spirals. Okay. And for some of us, once we get to the core or the revolutionary heart of the matter, that means we've done it and we've entered a new phase of life, a new chapter, where instead of constantly dying in and out of it, you're dying with it now. You don't stop dying here, but you have a different relationship with death here. Okay? So for me, in the house of friendship, that means like I'm no longer experiencing friendships that I'm constantly dying in and out of, constantly growing in and out of, right? Now I'm at home with friends that I can die with, rebirth with, grow with, live with. Okay? So whatever house that is for you, you can look up the 12 different houses in astrology. Money, home and family, partnerships, physical health, daily living, career, spirituality, etc. Once you get to that heart of the matter, you're in deep friendship with it. And that is how you get there, is you choose to be a friend. And now you're dying and living in partnership with it. And so I said in this episode that I referenced, whatever house you have Pluto, she shows you exactly how ugly life can get, right? Which is why we feel, and it's true, that sometimes things are being done to us. We experience injustice here. She shows you how ugly it can get. And wherever you have Pluto, she shows you just how good life can get in the exact same spot. How beautiful, how blooming. If you let her. She's the planet of death. So she understands life better than anyone. She's the ugly one. She understands beauty better than anyone. So this is who I am as a storyteller, an artist, an entertainer, a healer, a teacher, and a space holder. Often the feedback that I get from people who really connect to my stories, they'll say things like, oh my God, Shaunga, you made me laugh, and then you made me cry, and then you made me gasp, and then you made me scream, and then you made me confront my own complicity, and then I felt peace within myself. You broke my heart, and then you put it back together. Like all in a span of a few minutes. That's my storytelling. And that's who Pluto is when you are her friend. So I want to make that clear to everyone who is joining or who's thinking about joining, this series. Whatever we are talking about at any given moment, even if it's silly and fun, which it often is, Gemini, or when it's serious and political, which it often is, Scorpio rising, Sagittarius moon, when it's an adventure through the multiverse, Sagittarius moon. Make no mistake, whatever it is, it's always about my grief. My grief is never not present in anything that I say and do. And honestly, everything that I offer is drenched in my white, hot rage. And sometimes I forget that. And I forget that everybody can feel it, no matter what I'm doing. even if they don't know what it is, they can feel it. And sometimes, a lot of times, I really forget that. And I'm like, why am I getting these reactions or non reactions? Like, I didn't even say anything that controversial. I didn't really say anything at all. And I didn't have to. I didn't have to. It's because everyone can feel my grief and my rage no matter what. It's the loudest thing about me. It's the most hidden in plain sight. And it's the only reason why it's the only reason why someone would choose to come closer to me or further away. And I'm sharing this about myself because I know that it's true for many, 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 many of those who are death walkers and grievers. The deeper I've gone into my ancestral healing journey, the more I've become those two things, grief and rage in totality. The more I cannot be anything else. Because the deeper I've gone into my ancestral healing journey, the more I've found the true spirit of my grief and my rage, which is my love and my advocacy. I am my love and my advocacy in totality. And that's the only reason why anyone would come closer to me or further away. It's the only reason why I would say yes to someone over here and no to someone over there, when on the surface, these two things might look like the same. But no, one doesn't respect my love and my advocacy, which I do extend out and also to myself. Or our grief and our rage just isn't compatible right now. It's not compatible music. It doesn't sound good together, and maybe that'll be true for the rest of our lives. And we're not supposed to be close right now, and nobody is right or wrong. But either way, it's like, this is me, right? You can either hang with this or you can't, You either respect it or you don't. You're either happy to be in collaboration and friendship with it, or you're not. And at the end of the day, my grief and my rage knows who it wants to spend its time with. And so does yours. And I don't know if there's anything more important than that. So if you look at the class description, what I said on the website for those who join this series with me, like, what am I getting out of this? What am I getting? Sorry, the spiritual coaching paradigm just came in and I'm like, here are the outcomes I'm going to promise you. No, okay. The main thing that we're doing here, what we're actually doing together and what you'll get out of it, we're looking for something, right? That is already available to us. We are apprenticing and practicing and coming home to a place of resonance, creative and energetic, in our personal bodies, in our lives, and on and in the planet itself. We are learning to sit here in the place that I call the heart of a broken heart, which is unbroken. That's what you're doing here. You're learning to sit here and you're deepening and strengthening your ability to sit here and to move from here and to make all your choices from here. Because when we are here, that energetic resonance inside of a heart, of a broken heart, which is unbroken, that is who and how we need to be today to continually birth and die into the freedom we long for on the planet and with each other, not next time in our lifetime. This place, this heart of a broken heart, which is unbroken, that's where we find our true spirit of grief and rage, and where we keep finding it again and again. And that's why you're joining this series. For those of you who are joining, that's why. because you know more than anything else, you just need to fucking sit here. And you long to sit here and have that be okay. You have to sit here, like the universe won't let you do anything else, and you can't just sit. You have to move. And when you move, you have to move from this place because the universe won't let you move in any other way. Right here, this place within the day, within time, is where you need to be, to weep, to rejoice, to dance. This is where you destroy and create worlds. This is where you fall in love. It's where you rise from. It's how you rise. It is where you root down and open up. This is where you meet your music. This is the poetry that changes the world. This is where you come out of your shell, where you bellow and expand your range, where you wail like a whale. This is where you're seen and heard for who you really are. And that version of you is appreciated here, is respected and well received here. This is what and how you give back, what and where you return. This here is what is freely offered to you. And this is where I sit as I state my name. Shaunga, where I am celebrating 40 years of service, forward and backward. Lastly, before you sign up for this series, make sure that you take a look at the larger overarching campaign. That's the podcast, Otherworldly Giants, the Divination channel. And I want to tell you about this VIP backstage pass where you get exclusive podcast episodes, some of the most powerful aspects of my stories and healing that I only want to share with an inner circle. And that will include some spicy erotic storytelling, just saying. And so with a backstage pass, you can also get paid a commission for any friends and referrals you bring into this world. So make sure you check out the website and all the links to get the info on that. So just to recap here, beyond just listening to the podcast, there are 3 ways you can participate in this campaign. You can, 1, become a VIP backstage pass member, get all the added perks, get paid that commission. 2, you can sign up for this 6-week class series and workshop this material with me. Or 3, you can do both. Okay. And so what I want to say here in this video is that if you are thinking of signing up for the class series, I really encourage you to think about also becoming a VIP backstage pass member, as I've put these 2 offerings in a little bundle. So when you get the bundle, you are signing up to receive the full experience of this campaign and all the medicine that it has to offer. And so you get the community connection, and also you get the 5 months of extra content shared between August and December. And it really, that is really how I want to offer you just like a full and complete meal, basically. And so in December, what this all will culminate in is our season 2 finale. Okay, listen, just because I know it's coming, nobody else knows, right? But I know what's going to happen in the season 2 finale, and I know what's going to happen in the episodes leading up to it. So I'm just trying to tell you ahead of time. Like, when you're following a story, a TV show, or whatever, and then the episodes start to really hit you really hard, and then the finale happens, and you're like, oh my God, I need to process this with someone. I don't know who to talk to. My mind is blowing. Do yourself a favor. Get yourself the bundle. Okay? Set yourself up for success. Preemptive self-care. That's what we call that. Okay. So you're giving yourself a space to process everything with the creator of the show. Bonus, right? And you'll get all the behind the scenes stuff and just secure a front row seat for all the magic that will unfold. So I'm just saying right now, trust me, get the bundle. Okay, that's it for now. Until next time, be brave, be a giant, and sign up for the mailing list if you want to do that. Peace.